What is going on, everyone? AP over here at Ron Pierce Sports. We're bringing back the Lineup Builder Show with our partners, SaberSim. I'm here with my guy, none other than Snyder. Snyder, it's been way too long, man. What is going on tonight?
I'll just pumped for this Masters contest. It's one of it is the best golf sweat of the year. We got some insane contests, a lot of pools, Calcuttas, everything going on. So excited to dive into this with you and find some winners.
Hey, Richie Smalls, they started late, which I understand why they started late. We got Keith live at Augusta. It makes sense. I'm not gonna, I gotta pick up my kid later tonight. So we're working in this window right now. There's two shows going on at once. I'm not too worried about it. You can always watch this back on replay and yeah, but we're going to break down obviously the winners. We're going to go tier by tier like we always do. And I'm obviously pumped for this. We got SaberSim up, been running pretty hot. MLB, NBA, we got the playoffs coming up. NASCAR, MMA this weekend, PGA Showdown. I mean, man, it's content galore. No better time to sign up with Rum Pierce Sports than right now. RPS 15% off. One other thing, housekeeping wise. All right, so Snyder, if you deposit what, $10?
Yeah,
you get $10. You get a Millie ticket. DraftKings has this going on right now. So if you do not, if you deposit $10, you're going to get a free mill, or you're going to get a Millie ticket this week. So that'll just get credited into your account, and pretty simple deal, really cool deal that they have going on. Snyder, anything else before we get diving in to the Masters tier by tier?
Not much. It's interesting to see we got the live guys back in play here. The markets are moving on a few of them.
Hey, careful with that word. We're sensitive over here talking about markets. I don't want. I was told we can't talk about tariffs or anything like that on the show, and Snyder's already. I mean, man, my feelings are hurt. We got destroyed again today. It's just brutal, but luckily we're dialed in this week, and it's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, we'll get it all back plus some interest.
That is very true, but you're very right there. The odds are obviously flying. Let's start with this top group and let me sort this. I thought I had it all. Okay, yeah. I'll show the base build at the very end. But if I need to zoom in, it's pretty big on my screen. If I need to zoom in, chat, let me know. Otherwise, let's dive in. Let's go 10K and up. John Rahm all the way to Scotty Scheffler. Snyder, what are you doing with this range this week?
Yeah, this range is interesting here. You got Scotty coming in, trying to be the first guy since Jack Nicklaus to win.
Oh, wait. Snyder. We talked at the start of the show. We got plenty of time to do it. I promise you that. If my son is waiting outside the school at 8:30, 8:45 our time, I'm not too worried about it. He'll be fine. He's a big kid now. Real quick, for Richie Smalls, course breakdown, then we'll dive right back into the stud tier.
I mean, this is just a course unlike anything else. Everybody knows this course. I mean, we're at Augusta National. They've been getting a lot of rain the last few days, but it sounds like they got that sub-air cranked up. The greens, the fairways, everything's going to be playing fast and firm like we normally see. Tons of play. I mean, they've been losing some trees here, too. It sounds like there could be some different lines off some tee shots here. Some guys are trying to say you can cut certain areas. Other guys are saying you can't. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out after the first day there. And another thing interesting about this is looking back through the stats, only Tiger Woods has came from outside the top 10 day one to win this event. So, historically over like the last 24, 25 years, I think only Tiger has came from outside the top 10 in round one to win this event. So historically the winner will be already found after day one if you look inside the top 10. But yeah, you got a bunch of par fives here. We got the 4 par fives here that are scoreable on, but these par threes and par fives are tough. You just can't miss. Most notably on holes 4 through 7 have caused guys like Bryson troubles here. You can't miss left there, but it'll be fun to get in to see how much this course has changed with the storms they had going through with the hurricane last year. But we can dive right into this top 10K range now if you want.
Yeah, my only thing I would add is course history obviously matters. Guys like Phil, Sergio, I mean, man, like these guys are getting old like me, a little older than me, obviously, but we're all getting old. And but they know the course inside and out. I weight course history quite heavily here, outside of all of the majors, obviously. But Snyder, appreciate the breakdown. Back to the 10K and up range. Your boys in this range, Colin Morikawa. What are you doing with these guys?
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Like I was saying with Scotty coming in, trying to be the first guy since Jack Nicklaus to win 3 of these in 4 years. It's tough to defend here. Like we've seen Scotty had trouble defending his first time here. A lot of like media obligations. He was like doing the drive, chip, and putt deal there a few days before everyone got the property. Played with his mom, I think, on Sunday. So Scotty's got a lot going on with the kid and everything too. So I think Scotty's fine. I mean, he's just not coming in that form that we've seen him come in last year. But I mean, you look at the form he came in with on 2022. I mean, he didn't come in with the greatest form then in one. So he's a guy that I'll have in the pool, but I think I'm going to be under the field. I think I'm going to be like right around 15 to 20% on Scotty, most likely. I know the field will probably be closer to 25 to 30% on him, but I want a little bit, but I want to be a little under on him. Just not as for sure with his game heading in this time. I like some guys cheaper than him as well. I think there's a lot of paths to a more of like an even type build, hitting the optimal.
I think you fade him, Snyder. I mean, just with what I'm hearing in your words there, like why? Like I think this is the event to take more stands, and that's what I'm doing. I know you got the rest of the group to break down. I'm fading Scotty. It's so hard to go back to back here. Like you said, I think you fade him, get more leverage somewhere else. That's just my take.
Yeah, for sure. That's just like with Rory there, too. Another guy I'm going to be under on, if not fading here. I mean, you get the recent form heading into Augusta. We've seen this before in the past, but I think there's just too much between the years with Rory here and majors in general. I mean, we haven't seen him play that good besides that U.S. Open. He completely gagged away to Bryson last year. The driver has been a little off for him here recently as well. He's only hitting 52% of his fairways in the last 36 rounds. So I'm going to be under or off Rory as well. But I like some guys down here like Ludwig. I'm not going to trust Ludwig either. He sun ran with the putter last year. I think he had the best putting performance for a first-timer ever in history. I don't see him making that many putts. The game looks a little off after he got sick there on the West Coast. It just hasn't looked the same. 2 missed cuts coming in, so I'll be off.
He got to win the like next event after.
He got a win at the Genesis.
Yeah, but he withdrew from the AT&T, right?
Yeah.
He got sick.
But then he struggled at the API. He missed the cut at the Players. He missed the cut at the Valero Texas Open. I just don't think his form is anywhere near where I want to be with him. I'd rather play a couple guys below him. I want to get right on Morikawa, probably about field with him. I know he's going to come in really chalky. I don't typically like to play Morikawa when he's chalky, but I think that the course history just sets up really well for him. He's got really good form here. T3, T10, and a 5th in his last 3 trips here. The iron play he's got the perfect iron game for this course. There's a couple tee shots that he's going to have to try and hit a couple draws off here, but for the most part, he usually plays that straight tee ball here, which has done well for him here. I do worry about him on Sundays. He's really struggled in some big pressure moments as of late. He is a 2-time major winning, but those were during the COVID era when there was little to no crowds. So there's a bigger crowds on Sundays. Just hasn't really been able to break through on Sundays, which definitely worries me. And then we get to my favorite play in this range, and that's the big dog from Liv, John Rahm. He's actually got the best numbers. You look at strokes gained total, you can look at them like there's a few sites out there that track all 3 tours, PGA, Liv, and the Euro. Rahm actually has the best strokes gained tee to green numbers of anyone in the field, including Scotty Scheffler. And he's been right there on Liv. Some really strong finishes. I don't think he's been outside the top 6 in the last 4 or 5 Liv events. I know last week he was right there in contention, and just got a little too aggressive on a couple holes there. I mean, it trumped her out. I mean, that course is tough. You cannot afford to make too many misses on that course. He had a couple of mistakes there, but over the last 36 rounds, he's averaging plus 2.4 strokes gained tee to green. Rahm is. He knows what it takes to win this event. He won this a couple years ago. And then last year, he was defending the title last year. He had a lot of media. I mean, he talked about how it kind of drained him a little bit, and it showed last year. And listening to his media coverage this year, it sounds like he's got a big chip on his shoulder. He was asking the reporters if he's even a top 100 player in the world anymore, ratings-wise. And sounds like he's coming. Yeah, he's like, am I even in? He's like, am I even in the top 100 world golf rankings anymore?
Oh, he asked that.
Yeah.
The reporter didn't ask him that, right?
No. He was.
I thought you said a reporter asked him. Like, no. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm all in on it. If that's the case, like
he was trying to. I think he was trying to bait shit. Yeah, he was trying to bait some of those PGA reporters into kind of talking trash, I think. But won this event a couple years ago, was top 5 a couple years back before that as well. Has some good form. So I'm really high on Rahm this week. I think he's got the short game. He's got everything it takes to win. And we're getting Rahm at like a 2K discount to Scotty. I mean, there's not that big a gap, I don't think, in their games. And we're getting a huge discount on Rahm. I think he should be like 11K at least in this field. So getting a good discount on him. So Morikawa, Rahm. Rahm's my favorite in this range, and then probably Morikawa. But that's my big stand, is just trying to get overweight on Rahm relative Scotty and Rory in this range.
Yeah, we are pretty similar. So I hinted at it on Twitter. Well, I briefly mentioned it, but I've been kind of deploying a strategy where in my mind I'm trying to mitigate risk by playing less lineups versus like a 150 player, which allows me to take more stands. I'm doing that same approach this week. 35 in the millie, which, you know, obviously, I mean, this is a different week. Like, that's still like a lot of volume, but it's not 150, 15K into that $100 millie. But what it allows me to do is focus on leverage opportunities. And I get it. There's a lot of like schools of thought, and I know chalk, it's fine to eat, obviously, in PGA. I'm just preferring kind of to find what I would call like sharp leverage plays, like Jon Rahm, guys that are discounted due to certain things that are out there. I think Ludwig would fall into that category as well, trying to then, make some sharp fades and using these guys to get leverage. So that's a big part of my strategy this week. And right on the gate. So if you go back to 2023, Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Scotty was 29% owned, Rory 27% owned. I think we're going to see a very similar ownership profile, at least on those two guys. Then you had like Sung Jae, Tony Finau, Jason Day, Corey Connors, kind of below that, right in the 20% range. I think Rory and Scotty are going to be way up there, and I get it. Rory's been playing awesome. We know what I remember like an Open Championship where he made like a 7 off the tee. Everyone thought he was going to win the event coming in. He was in great form. Like, we've seen him, like you said. Would I love to see Rory get a green jacket? Sure. I think it would be absolutely fabulous. I just think he's going to be too high owned. So that's one of the stands that I'm going to be taking. The same with Scotty Scheffler. The dominance, while it could come back at any time, we haven't seen it yet. I think they're going to be over-owned relative to now we're at an event where all of the big boys are here. And so I want to use it as an opportunity to get overweight and to find what I call sharp leverage on some of these other guys, Jon Rahm, Ludwig types, even Colin Morikawa, over both Rory and Scotty. So again, I'm not locked in yet or anything like that. Obviously, it's Tuesday. We're breaking this down. Initially, my first rough draft of what I want to do is fade Rory, fade Scotty, get over Jon Rahm, get over Ludwig. We'll see where your boy Colin Morikawa lands. I think he's playing some fabulous golf right now. He has 3 top 10s here in a row. If I'm fading Rory and Scotty, it allows me, I think, to get overweight on those 3 guys. And obviously we got a couple other guys that we're going to talk about in this next range. So that's kind of where I'm at right now at a high level. If Rory or Scotty, which they definitely could, if they beat me, they beat me. It's just part of my strategy. I think I just think they're going to be two of the highest owned guys. And if you go back to 2023, what I was getting at, Rory, he missed cut? Or did he miss cut? He performed. Yeah, he missed the cut, and Scotty underwhelmed. All you had to do in that year, I mean, not all that you had to do, but John Rahm was way under. He was 15% owned versus the Rory and Scotty that were mega chalk. You had Jordan Spieth, Brooks Koepka also. I mean, they're under 20%. And then, Phil that year too, that just came out of nowhere. But I feel like this year sets up very similar to that year where those two guys are going to be chalk. Rahm, Ludwig come in a little bit under. The thing about Ludwig, I have to play him at this course if he's going to be low owned. Now, if he's going to be chalk for some reason, I could get off of him. But I think the price at 10,800 and the shaky form, 2 missed cuts, I just think he could end up being like 5 or 6% owned. So I just think the opportunity is too great on him. I think this course is built for him. I think he's going to be a major killer. And so anytime he's going to be sub 10% on a major, I'm in. And I think if I get him 15 to 20%, I'm going to be well over the field. So that's my thoughts on this top range. Let's go down to the 9Ks. We got Bryson DeChambeau at the top, all the way down to Mr. Jordan Spieth, who's playing a little bit better. It'll be interesting to discuss Mr. Spieth this week.
Yeah, for me here in this range, I know Bryson's getting some talked up. I'm actually grown into like a Bryson fan. I used to hate him, but now I actually kind of like Bryson. Love what he's doing with all the clips and the YouTube and all that stuff. But when you look at Bryson's form here at Augusta, I mean, outside of one really good round where he blitzed the field last year, round 1, it was much different weather conditions there. It was really wet. It played softer. So that was basically one of his only – I mean, I think he's been the first-round leader twice here, but hasn't finished better than 34th in the last 5 years or something like that. Just really struggles at this. I think the biggest struggle for him has been around the green and the wedge play. I don't feel like the way his clubs are built, it's really allows him to attack these greens with the proper wedge game he needs to elevate the ball as high as some others can. And so I'll probably be off of Bryson. He's been playing decent over on Live, nothing like crate or anything like that. Hasn't had a win or anything, but he's had 2 missed cuts at this event before the T6 last year, where I can't remember what he shot last year, but he had a pretty big lead after day 1 and then just kind of played even par the next 3 rounds. So I'll probably be under or off on Bryson. 4 through 7 has really caused him troubles at this track too. You just can't miss left, and that's kind of been his miss, has been left. So I'll probably be off Bryson. I'll play Bryson for sure on the next majors, PGA and the U.S. Open for sure, but just kind of off on him right here.
Did you say you're after talking Mr. DeChambeau up, you're off him?
I wasn't really talking him up. I was saying how you liked him. No, I was talking like how his game just doesn't translate to this course with the way his irons are built and the around the green game. He's lost around the green, I think, in every trip here. And just the wedges that he has, just I don't think it's suited for this type of hard, firm, fast type of setup here. So I could be on an island there, but 9-9, I'd rather play Rahm for 500 more in Morikawa. And I'm kind of got my bigger stands are right here. I'm not really getting that much Xander either. The form, he played better at the Valspar, but I mean, his recent form here is really good. He's going to get ownership, though, for sure. So I'll probably be under on Xander as well. He's a guy that I think will steam up as the week goes. I think more people are going to get talked into playing Xander under 10K. So I think he's one of the guys that kind of pops, Thursday at lock. He's going to be one of those guys over-owned that maybe most people don't see coming. But so I'm going to be off of those two, off of JT as well, off of Hideki, basically. I like Brooks, though, this week. He was second here in 2023. He's played well when he's healthy here. And you know how he plays. I mean, he's a big game hunter. He's got 5 majors already. But the only thing that worries me with Brooks is he's got to start out strong. I really don't think he's got the heart to kind of battle and grind it out here. But if he gets a lead early or he's near the top of the leaderboard, he's going to hunt. He's going to hunt on Sunday, and he's not scared of anybody. So that's one of the guys I want. His odds are getting steamed down, too. He's down to 28-1 on Pinnacle now. So he's getting some love in the betting markets. So I think I like Brooks a little more than some of those guys priced ahead of him. And then Neiman's another guy that people kind of try and talk up.
Is Koepka going to be sneaky? So I brought Richie Small's comment up.
Yeah, I see Brooks under 10% at the majority of ownership sites. I've got him aggregated right around like 8.7%.
How's he been doing on Live? I don't follow Live as closely.
He's shown some upside in a few events, but he really doesn't really. I mean, if he's not there,
really
I mean, he got second in at Singapore a few weeks ago, but last week at Live Miami, he was like 18th or something. Had a decent Sunday round, but
I think it matters more than probably a lot of people. I mean, these dudes are battling for a lot of money, and they're all really good golfers outside of Anthony Kim. I mean, he's played a little better maybe, but I'm glad they got him some money and got him out there playing, though. I mean, it's definitely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that just kind of sets up perfect for Brooks's game. I mean, he really didn't even care about the regular PGA events either. He just wanted to show up for the majors and grind out 4 weeks a year. So yeah, I'm high on Brooks. The markets are kind of moving that way as well. And Neiman has a couple wins on Live. I mean, he's been getting some talk up for the hype that he has, but just hasn't really played well in majors as a whole, and a pretty large sample size too. So I don't think I'm going to be getting to Neiman. Not going to be getting to Hovland. The short game is just an X out for me here. If he was in like the low 8Ks, I might consider Hovland, but I think he's just a little too priced up here.
Wait, what'd you say on Neiman?
I'm probably going to be off him.
Neiman's been playing awesome though.
He's got a couple wins on the Live, but you
don't think Augusta's built kind of for him too? I got to stop saying that because it can't be built for everyone. Maybe I'm too much of a Neiman homer. I love his game. I think he has a ton of upside, but I think I played him last year and I think he sucked.
Yeah, he hasn't played well in a major at all. I mean, he's played in like 20 majors and really hasn't played well in any yet, but he's definitely got the upside there. He's a good tournament play. I think he'll probably be around like 15% or so once everything kind of shakes out at somewhere in that 12 to 15%. I can see him being, but Hovland, the short game with Hovland has me off of him. I think Fleetwood is a good, like, consistent guy. Like, I'd rather play Fleetwood than Neiman, probably just based off his consistency.
All right, can I book that? Are we booking bets?
I mean, Fleetwood's had better success recently and at the majors.
Exactly. So I'll take Neiman, you take Fleetwood. A little lunch bet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just a small lunch bet. That's fine. All right.
We can go for
we got one bet locked in.
But yeah, I really don't like much of this 9K at all. I want to try and get on Rahm, Morikawa pretty heavy, and maybe play some Scotty. Like, I could open myself up to still playing some Scotty if I don't play many of these 9K guys, because I feel like the 8K range is pretty loaded right now. There's some guys I like there. I like more of the even type builds, maybe even getting, like a Rahm Morikawa type build with some of these 8 and 7K guys.
Yeah, very good. This range for me, definitely interesting. Bryson, I mean, what he did in the majors last year was so impressive. The guy he lives, eats, breathes golf. He's gunning for this event. He called it a par. What do you call it? A par 68? Is that what the famous?
He tried calling it like a par 67 or 68, and I don't think he's ever shot that but once.
I know, but he found something in that first round. I'm with you. It stalled out, but still, I have to play the guy. So
if it's super wet and soft, he'll play well.
Yeah, when you fit, like when you're watching these shows and you're seeing people go through, and you're gonna see like everyone's gonna love all of these guys. That's why I'm fading the 2 highest owned, Rory and Scotty. It allows me to get leverage on some of these plays. Like, that's my plan going into this. And Bryson's on that list. I think Bryson has winning upside for sure. I get the idea that maybe like Like, I don't know. I don't really buy into the whole club thing. I'm going to take the other side of that. Like, his club's all the same length. It doesn't translate to this course. I'm not going to be I remember hearing that like years ago, and I just think it's fluff. So I'm kind of on the other side of that. Absolutely love Bryson. Xander, I'm still recovering from the time I made him the workbench player of the week in 2022, and he missed the cut. I mean, pull up his history here. Like, this is hilarious. T2 in 19, 17, T17, T3, misses the cut when I go heavy on him, and then T10, 8. Yeah, if he gets steamed up, like if he was going to be lower owned because he brings in shaky form, I would have interest. If he's going to get steamed up and be, the chalk guy, I don't know. I'd probably go the other way. I just, he was awesome late last year. He got off to a slow start. This season started late. Has only played 3 or 4 events? Or no, 3 events in the States. The API players, Valspar, looked better at the Valspar. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I like what you said about Koepka. I think he's always going to be a sneaky. I mean, not necessarily sneaky, but he's always going to be a guy that, like what you said with Scotty, getting that, right around 15%, 10 to 15%. It's different with BK. I think he's just going to end up lower owned. They got him right at 10%. What do you think? Do you think he's over or under 10%?
I think that's a fair line. I mean, I think he'll be within 2% of either way.
Okay.
I'll go +2 or -2 on that.
I honestly, with a guy like him, like I feel good in the 15 to 20% range. And if he sucks, I don't know. I'm not necessarily dead at that ownership, and I have a little bit of leverage on the field. So that's kind of my thoughts on him. Tommy Fleetwood, if he's going to be over 10%, I mean, I get it. T3 last year. It's hard to go back. For a guy like him, it's hard at this track to go back-to-back top 10s at a place like this. I'm going to bet that he doesn't. I'm going to take an underweight stand. I've seen the bits and pieces that I saw of Jordan Spieth. They have me a little interested. I'm not going to lie. You also have the zigzag theory. 2021, T3 miscut in 2022, T4 in 2023. Form wasn't even that good in 2023. Miscut last year. I think he bounces back. Look, it's Augusta. It's the Masters. I have to have a sprinkle of Jordan Spieth at this place. So I like him. All right. So now the homer take. And I haven't been high on JT at Augusta. If you go back, you look at my record, I don't think I've been high on him. I love what I'm seeing. So here's like my thesis behind Mr. Justin Thomas. And I know I'm a homer, and everyone's just going to say homer, homer, homer. I mean, I get it. I get it. You're right in saying that. During this guy, when he was super, super dusty, like really, really dusty, the area of his game that kept him alive each tournament was around the green. He was one of the best in the world at strokes gained around the green. Now, what's falling into place? His approach game, really strong. His driver looks awesome. His putter is actually looking pretty good. And on a tee to green basis, JT checks a lot of boxes. I think he's a sleeper to win, to put on the green jacket. I love him as a bet. I'm definitely going to be overweight in DFS formats. I think people are a little skeptical. Like if you go back to 2021, and I believe he had a higher price tag, he was 26% owned in the flagship at this event in 2021. And his record here is awesome, rightfully so. I want to get in well before everyone else. Everyone's going to watch him out there, and they're going to be, man, I forgot about him, because the range is absolutely loaded. So I love my boy JT
this week.
I don't.
Max Homa's caddy.
I mean, that's fine. Like,
I'm just giving you shit.
You know how many times he's played this? Like, he probably played it with Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
he picked Tiger Woods' brain. He knows what he's doing. There. Like, I'm not. I hope that fact keeps people off of him. I think that's the dumbest thing ever. We've seen situations where guys, have a day replacement caddy, and they absolutely crush it. So not. I get like Now, if weather comes in and it gets crazy, yeah, you want a really good caddy. Outside of that, I'm not too concerned. JT knows this track really well. His history here, outside of the last 2 years, is phenomenal. He's not missing the cut again. That would be absolutely insane. He's getting us a top 10, at least a top 10 this week. So he's my favorite play in this range by far. Let's keep it going. Let's go down to the 8Ks. We have at the bottom of the 8K range, your boy, Bobby Mack, all the way up to Shane Lowry. What are we doing with this range?
Yeah, I think this range is loaded here. I love a lot of these guys in the 8K range. I think they're great pricings, in the markets and everything. You got Shane Lowry right up there at the top. He's catching some steam in the betting markets, has been T25 in 4 of his last 5 trips here. He's playing some great golf right now as well. He's got better odds right now in the markets than Neiman, Fleetwood, Hovland, Spieth. They're all priced above him. Has been great. He's gained at least 5 strokes tee to green in his last 3 trips here to Augusta. Just kind of needs that putter to be a little better, as the ball striking has been great for him. In his last 3 majors he's played, he's been 6th, T19, and 6th. So he's been playing some great golf on the biggest stages. So I like Shane. I like Shane better than some of the guys in the 9K range as well. Kind of as the market's kind of indicated right there. And then you got Minwoo Lee kind of coming in. He's a good upside GPP target, I think, coming off his first win at Houston. T22, MC, and T4 in his last 3 trips here to Augusta. So I think he's got good upside for tournaments. I'll have him in the pool.
I love Minwoo Lee.
Yeah. Russell Henley. Yeah, Russell Henley is just like a great cash option, I think. Right there with the same odds as Lowry. So he's got better odds than some guys ahead of him as well. 4 top 10s in his last 6 starts with a win at the API. So I think Henley is just a solid option, single entries, cash games, and such. And then we got Bill Z down there. Bill Z has some of the best history here at Augusta. I mean, he's been T9, 6th, and 2nd. He can nuke these par 5s. Aside from last year, he always shows up in these big-time major events, too. He had a down year last year, but I think we could see him kind of pop again this year. In 3 starts here, he's averaging just over 10 strokes gained total per trip, which is pretty big for this track. I think he could catch some steam as the week goes, but rightfully so. I think he's underpriced for the upside that he brings. And then one of my favorite plays on the whole board is going to be Cameron Smith now. I just started diving into Cameron Smith. Has the short game. The short game here has been absolutely elite. If the ball striking's on, he's low-key has some of the best form here too as well. T6 last year, T34 was 3rd, 10th, and then 2nd in his last 5 trips here to Augusta. The short game has been incredible here. The main worry about him is just the off-the-tee game. I mean, last year was the first time where he minimally gained just above 0 off the tee, but has been horrible off the tee here and still posts those good results. So if we can get Cameron Smith to find some fairways off the tee, I think he's one of the best plays on the board, and I think he's going to be under 10% coming in too. So I think he's a terrific tournament play. So he's one of my favorite plays. And then the guy I started talking up a couple days ago, and the rest of the industry seems to be talking him up as well, is Bobby Mack. I think he's going to come in pretty highly owned. So I like Cameron Smith as a leverage play over Bobby Mack, but I'm still going to be on Bobby Mack. I think he's one of the better plays here too in this range. The game sets up perfectly for him here, I think. Was T6 at Phoenix, 11th at the API, and then 9th at the Players. Has been doing it across the board stats-wise too. He's only played this event twice. He was 23rd in 22, and then he was T12 in 21. The short game was great in both trips. Here he gained just over 10 strokes total in his last PGA event at the Players. He's a guy that's going to hit a lot of greens and regulations too, so that's big here. So Bobby Mack is definitely a great play. Cameron Smith is my top leverage play in this range, I think. And then Shane Lowry's really strong play as well, and Bill Z.
Yeah. So the thing about like Russell Henley, I liked Russell Henley, awesome, good at majors. I get it. I liked him way more when he was sneaky. You go back to 2023, one of the top scorers here, DFS wise, and snuck in the top T5. T4. He was 4% owned. Now he's going to be 14%, 13, 14% owned. I just, these cashy, safe type plays, I want to get off of. That's kind of him for me. And Minwoo Lee is going to be what, 7 or 8% owned, which blows my mind. I think this course, I think it sets up decent for him. He's coming off a win. His game looks absolutely phenomenal right now. So I have a ton of interest in Minwoo Lee. And this is also kind of why I can't play Tommy Fleetwood 9,100. There's so many players down here that I think are far better plays. Like if you want Snyder, I'll dangle the carrot out there. I'll take Jordan Spieth. I know we're on the 8K range to Tommy Fleetwood if you want to get one more lunch bet out there.
I'll take Shane Lowry over Jordan Spieth.
All right, I'll bite. I'll bite on that one. So we got two. We got two locked in.
Can I get Cameron Smith against Jordan Spieth too?
No, because I like Cameron Smith. I'm with you on him. I don't want to go against a guy that I think is going to be one of the best kind of leverage plays. History is phenomenal. And again, that's why, the argument against Minwoo Lee that I was listening to in Discord is that, he's kind of wild off the tee. We've seen a ton of guys that are wild off the tee do extremely well here. Cameron Smith, one of them. Jordan Spieth, another one. So I absolutely love Cameron Smith, the Aussie this week, 8,200. We know his upside here. We know it seems to come to life here. And what? He's going to be 10%? Is that where you have him at?
I think right around there, yeah.
Okay, so Saber has him. We got him just over 10%. Saber has him just under 10%. So a lot of leverage to be had here. Minwoo Lee, sub 10%. Cameron Smith. And then Bill Z, one of my favorite plays in this range too. I just, I just think it's a guy that's going to be, if you think of the major tournaments that he's been at where he's been healthy, the guy's an absolute killer. And people are going to be looking at his recent history right now. I really don't care about that. I care that he's feeling good. And I love how he sets up here. So the $8,300 price tag plus the ownership discount is something I have a ton of interest in. You were kind of selling me on Bobby Mack. I initially wasn't super high on him. I think I'm going to watch kind of the markets and see if he's one that just fully gets steamed up. Like, where do you have him right now, Snyder? Do you think Saber's spot on with the ownership here? 14%. That's a lot.
McIntyre, I could see him getting steamed up a bit. I think that's maybe a little high, but I think that could be – I think – we could see McIntyre somewhere around like 13 to 15% though on Thursday morning.
Yeah, I'll probably take an underweight stand or fade him completely. Like what we've seen in the past through the week, as these type of plays get more talked up, we're always surprised at what their ownership is come lock. So if that trend continues, if he's in the double-digit ownership range, I can't play him with the likes of like Cam Smith, Bill Z, even Minwoo. I don't think
like 3 to 5% should like sway your opinion that much, though. I mean, I think he's still like a really good play.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if you look at the ownership here, Minwoo Lee 7%, Will Zalatoris 6 to 7, Cam Smith 8, and then you got Bobby Mack almost 15. I don't know. I'm taking more of a contrarian approach, and I'm looking for these spots where I feel like someone, potentially him, is just getting too much ownership, getting steamed too much. So like right now, all right, so how am I approaching that? I have them starred. I'm looking at them. I have them highlighted. However you monitor these guys, I'm just going to take kind of a wait and see approach, because I'm going to finalize all of my stuff late Wednesday night just to make sure that we don't have any crazy weather situations. The weather in the U.S. this year has been absolutely insane. So I want to wait till as late as possible on Wednesday night to run my stuff. Just to sum up this range, I think we're aligned on Cam Smith, one of our favorite plays. I'm going to say Will Z and Minwoo are my two others. And for you, it was Shane Lowry and Cam Smith. And then who was your third?
I'm going to go Cam Smith, Shane Lowry, probably Bill Z.
What did you say about Hatton? I don't think I can play Hatton.
I don't think he's a good play looking at like the markets and stuff with guys around him, and the form isn't the best, so I'd probably be off him.
All right, very good. 7K range. Who's at the bottom of this range? We got Keegan Bradley, who's shown some upside from time to time. Cameron Young right above him. And then at the top of this range, Corey Connors, obviously a Masters staple. What are you doing with this range?
Yeah, we got some more really good just on paper plays, I think, in this range. You got Corey Connors there, another strong cash game option there, just under 8K. The last 2 years haven't been the best for the Chalk Connors guys, though. But before then, he had some great history here. 3 straight top 10s, gaining across the board heading in here as well. The last 16 rounds, he's been really strong. He's been T26 or better in his last 3 majors as well. So yeah, Connors checks the box as a solid, really solid mid-range play right there. I think the ownership's definitely going to follow. Let me pull what I got up on him right now. Yeah, I've got him right around 20%. So I could expect him to be like right around 20 to 22% or something like that Thursday. Good cash game option for sure. He's a guy that you can get leverage on, though, in this range. Like the last 2 years, if he somehow misses the cut again, that chalk will be not too happy again. But so I'll still probably have Connors in there. Sepp Straka is another guy that's kind of getting talked up. He's catching some steam as well.
Oh, God.
I've got
20% on Sepp Straka. Like, what are we doing? When I saw that, I was immediately tilted. We know I'm a Sepp Straka guy. I'm not playing him at 20% ownership in this field. I think it's ridiculous. Like, is he going to be 20?
I don't know if he'll reach quite 20, but he'll be
close to that range.
He'll be in 15 to 20% range for sure. I could spike there. It depends on. I don't think Connors and Sepp will both be over 20, but they'll be dang close to that number though. But he's playing some elite golf this year. Already has the win at the Amex. Six top 15s in his last 8 starts. Has made the cut in all 3 trips here with a T16 last year. So kind of lines up for him to be a solid option here. The putter is always hit or miss with him, though. I mean, if he has a bad putting week, especially here, I mean, he will probably even miss the cut, I think. But if that putter is on for him, it's definitely been hit or miss, over the last couple of months with Sepp. So I think it all lies on the putter for Sepp, because we know the ball striking is going to be really good for Sepp. He's one of the better ball strikers on tour now.
Like Snyder, I've watched him a ton. Now again, I haven't watched really closely this year, but knowing him, he just struggles around the green. Like his tee to green game is so elite. I get it.
Yeah.
When his putter is hot, I mean, he's tough to beat, but yeah. I really struggle with the around the green game, especially at a place like Augusta. If he's going to be chalk, if he was going to be like 5%, obviously I have a ton of interest, but
definitely,
man, as chalk, I just don't know, man. I really don't know.
And my favorite play is in this range. My favorite play over the last 10 years or so has been Patrick Reed. He's been the most profitable position bet in the last 7 years. And is a past winner here as well. Has finished T12 or better in 4 of his last 5 trips here. Has gained at least 3 strokes putting in his last 4 trips here. So he knows these greens. He knows everything about them. The short game is he's one of the best short game players in the world. He's just a short game wizard there. And he can grind it out. He can grind out pars. I mean, he's one of the best short game players, like I say, and he knows just how to get around this place and save par a lot of time, which is huge at Augusta. I mean, there's a lot of bogeys and double bogeys to be had out here. But if you can just mitigate your losses like he does a lot, I think he's going to be right there in the top 20 again this year. I already bet him top 20 again, like I have been. But the form as well, he has good form entering this event as well. He was right there in the last few live events as well. So I think Patrick Reed is a really good play. And people hate Patrick Reed is the best part. So, his ownership isn't going to get too out of hand. I expect him to be somewhere in that 9 to 12% range, I think, for Reed. So that's comfortable with me right there. So I'll be overweight on Reed once again this year. And then Daniel Berger is a guy that some people may click on. I'm not sold on Berger. Depending on where his ownership goes, he's right around that 10% mark.
What in the world am I looking at here? 26% ownership on Sergio Garcia?
No way. Sir, we're getting down there. That's my next guy.
30% on Sergio Garcia.
If you look at the betting markets, it makes sense.
I don't give a shit about the betting markets if he's 30% owned, Snyder.
I wouldn't trust Sabres ownership on any of this, but I don't think he's definitely not going to be there. I mean, I've got him right around like 12% right now.
Yeah, that might be a little aggressive. I'm with
you.
You got him at 12%?
Yeah.
I think he gets steamed up. But.
You look at the markets, though. I mean, he's got better odds. Sergio's got better odds on Pinnacle right now than Bobby Mack, Patrick Reed, Will Zalatoris, Sepp Straka, Keegan, Hatton, Day. There's a bunch of guys above him that he's got better odds now. He's up to 57-1 on Penny, which is one of the sites that I usually trust a lot. Has talked about he's being so motivated to get back on the Ryder Cup. Has a win and 2 other top 4 finishes on Live in his last 4 events. Has been great. A tee to green this year, a past winner at this event too. He knows how to get around this course as well. He's been playing this event since 2004, so he's played a number of rounds around this place, so he knows this course better than most. I mean, not as good as Phil, but probably pretty dang close. So I like Sergio. I think it's great odds for him there. The dude is motivated.
So you'll gladly accept this bet. I guarantee you're going to snap call this one.
Who's that?
I'll take Tom Kim over Sergio Garcia.
Yeah, I'll take that for sure.
Oh, I thought you would like snap call that.
Yeah, I want Sergio over Tom Kim. I think Tom Kim is not good.
He's been pretty mid, but man, I love his game. I know, but dude, you see it like we've seen Max Homa in terrible form show up at this place. Something about Augusta, like, and that's what I'm trying to get. Like, I want these leverage type plays, and Tom Kim, I think fits the mold.
Yeah, he'll definitely be low.
I mean, except for Matt Fitzpatrick, I can't play that guy.
I mean, your guy Mr. Ham will be low.
Yeah, I do like Mr. Ham. I don't like him. He just seems like an absolute asshole and a dick. Like, out of every golfer out there, he's probably the least I would want to go hang out with. There's like, right? Wouldn't you say Wyndham Clark is way down on the list? Would not be the most fun person to hang out with.
Yeah.
Were you done with this range?
Yeah, that pretty much does it for me here. I mean, there'll be some other guys I have in the pool, but those are my main guys. So I'll go Reed 1, Sergio 2, Connors 3. I mean, Connors is the best play on the board from a number standpoint on the paper, but I like Reed and Sergio a little more, but I'll have Connors for sure.
Connors just, man, he always, like, he's the guy. I don't love it because I think he's going to be pretty high owned, but rightfully so. He deserves it. His form is awesome coming in. He has great history here, obviously. So, like, he's the type of play. I'm taking so many, like, stands, getting leverage elsewhere. I'm fine if I end up like 1.5 times the field or more so in line with the field on him. I'm kind of okay with it. I don't want him to beat me, like, and burn me, and he's definitely the guy that can do that. And so, yeah, Corey Connors, I'm definitely clicking in my pool. I want to make sure I'm at the very bare minimum in line with the field, but hopefully overweight. Wyndham Clark, I just don't think he's a guy at majors I'm going to always play, especially when he's going to be like 5% owned, where's he at? Okay, so Saber has him at, 8% owned. That's where did you say you had him at, Snyder?
Wyndham. Yeah, I've got him like right around 6%, 7%.
Okay, so like,
but I think he could be a little lower, but yeah, somewhere in that 4 to 7% range.
Yeah, I mean, the withdrawal at the Players. I mean, come on, man. He looked good though at the Houston Open. I feel like he really like, and again, he's a major winner. He has upside and he has no ownership. So like, if I get 15% of him, and if he sucks, am I really dead? But if he's there on Sunday battling, like, this dude's tough. Like, he's held off the best of the best, to win. So like, we know he can do it. And that's the type of golfer I want in my lineup. Even if like he doesn't kind of fit the mold, which he really doesn't. He has a miscut here last year. At least he has experience here now. And I think we see him make the cut, and maybe a sleeper, like not someone I want a lot of. I think 15% max is perfect. Might even be like a little much. I think he could be 3 to 4% owned. Everyone hates him, including me. I love him for DFS though, because everyone hates him. Sepp Straka, man, if he's going to be chalk, I can't do it. Tom Kim, he falls right into that line, very similar to Wyndham. I can't see how anyone plays him, and it's just one of those plays that we're sitting on our couch on Sunday, and it's like, God, how didn't I get a little bit of Tom Kim into my lineups, into my pool of players? I think he has upside. I think he has a ton of risk, though. And so, again, it's another one of those guys. If I have 15% of them, I feel good. I feel like I'm going to be overweight the field. And I feel like if he sucks, he doesn't kill me. And that's my goal. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. I can't do Dustin Johnson, though. You're not on him, right?
Probably not. I mean, if I was going to play in like that $10 milli or something, if I was going to put a team in that, like DJ would be a guy I would put on that team or something like that. Just straight, like super high risk GPP, like that $10 milli maker.
Patrick Reed, I'm on board with you. Absolutely love that. Rose is interesting. He's shown us upside recently. T8 at the API, T3 at the AT&T. Obviously, of course, that's awesome for him. I don't love it, but man, he kind of has the zigzag theory going on as well. 7th in 2021, missed cut. T16 in 2023, missed cuts last year. Maybe he shows us something. He's another one of those sprinkle type of guy. Like this 7K range for me is I don't want to like click the lock button on anyone. Like even like a Corey Connors. I just don't want to do that. I want to find leverage and get overweight on some of these plays that could either kill me or do extremely well. I would say Rose is in that category as well. Sergio, if he's going to be what Saber has here, 30% or 26% owned, which I think that's a little aggressive. I can't play him at that ownership. He's a guy I'm going to monitor. I'm going to keep an eye on throughout the week. If everyone is talking him up, I do think he's a guy that can get steamed up. And I don't know. I mean, like how many times have I been mad at myself for fading Sergio Garcia, especially here, at the Masters? Maybe in 2017, we obviously were not happy about fading them, but that's a play I could definitely be fine with being underweight the field. Cameron Young, I got to play him, man. Another guy that can absolutely bomb it off the tee. There's so many guys that have played here that just the bomber types that on the par fives, they give themselves so much of an advantage. I got to look at Cam Young's ownership. 2%, 3%. Like Snyder in MME formats, what's the matter with getting 10%? You're 3x the field.
Yeah, I think he'll
Another
probably be around
upside.
He'll be a little higher, maybe like 5%. But last week at the Valero Texas Open, that was the first time he's like really game putting in a while. The around the green game definitely worries me here. He's lost strokes around the green in his last 7 events, but definitely has the upside and has a couple of good finishes here. So, I mean, he's a good tournament play, I think.
Yeah. So my theme in this range is I'm going to avoid chalk and I'm going to get sprinkles of what I feel are pretty good leverage plays. Cameron Young falls into that category. The other one that I didn't talk on too much, but Sahith Theegala. I don't love it. I feel like no one's going to play him, and I want a little bit. So for me in this range, it's tough to sit here and like make like a huge bold stand on one player. I think I would probably have to side with your boy Patrick Reed with you. Outside of that, I love little shots on Tom Kim, Wyndham Clark. Corey Connors obviously fine. I don't want him to beat me. I can't play Matt Fitzpatrick. And then obviously down here, Cam Young, just with the beast of a driver. And obviously his history here is pretty phenomenal. T7, T9, and back-to-back years. Let's get down to the 6K range. What are you doing down here? There's no 5Ks this week, right?
No, just straight to the 6Ks here. There's some options down here. I think there's some pretty good values down here. I don't think
playing Angel Cabrera fresh out of prison, right?
He did just win on the Champions Tour. So, I mean, he's fresh off a win. I mean, he was at the Champions dinner tonight. I seen they had the pictures
That's
posted on Twitter.
I don't even know what he did, to be honest. So hopefully it wasn't something like too bad that makes me look like an idiot.
I think it was something domestic, but
oh well, that's fun. Then screw that guy. That's the worst.
But we got Brian Harmon coming off the win. I don't think I'm going to get there. He's coming off that win, and then he hasn't made the cut here in 3 years. So off that win, maybe his ownership gets spiked a little bit. So I'll probably be off of Harmon. Benny On's good recent form, was top 20 here last year. I think he's fine. I like JJ Spawn quite a bit here. I don't think many people – I'm just checking his ownership now. I don't think he's going to get too crazy. I think he'll probably be somewhere in that 5 to 7% range, but has played this event once back in 2022, but finished 23rd. Has found 80%. He found 80% of the fairways that time he played this, which I think that kind of fits his eye off the tee. He's able to shape shots well enough to find these fairways at that high of a clip. I definitely like JJ. Now he enters second in the field strokes gained approach and seventh strokes gained tee to green this season. So he's hitting the ball really well. Tee to green, he's been strong. He has 2 runner-up finishes this year, losing in that playoff to a Rory at the Players. I think Spawn is a really good cheapie here, down here in the 6K range. I'll be playing him. I like the upside of Michael Kim. I'll have him in the pool. He's been solid tee to green, consistent guy. I think he's got some solid upside here as well. He played a practice round, I think, today with Phil, the next guy I was going to talk about. Phil's had an epic run here a couple years ago. Probably has more knowledge of this property than anyone in the field. He's been playing this for many, many years. He was carrying the ball 290 last week at Doral too. So he still got the length off the tee. He forced it a little bit late in that event. He was right there in contention, kind of fell to 6th place, but has 3 top 10s in his last 5 starts. I think Phil kind of has a chip on his shoulder too, with everything going on. So I think Phil's going to show out this week. He had an interesting photo there in that Champions Dinner tonight. He was just hovering right above Scotty. It was kind of a little creepy almost, but I like Phil. I think Harris English is a good play down here. Good form heading in, has a couple top 25s in his last 3 starts here. So I think English is a good value. I think JT Poston is a good guy to have in your player pool at 6,500. And then I like Charles quite a bit here. Charles on live. The game looks to be rounding in the form at the perfect time. He's improved his finish in 4 straight events on live. He got second last week at Doral. Really tough course there. Gained over 12 strokes total. And the putter's been fire for him too as well. So we know Charles won this event quite a while back, but he's also got a 3rd and a 10th place finish here as well. So I really like the upside that Charles brings at 6,200. So yeah, I like, not like in love with any of these 6K guys, but definitely want to have some of these guys in my player pool. I think Spawn and Phil are probably my top 2 guys, but I really like the upside with Charles too in tournaments. I don't see many people going to Charles. I think he'll be, 1 to 3% probably.
Did you call him Charles?
Charles
Schwartzel?
Charles Schwartzel.
Chat, who's right? Is it Charles or Charles? Got to be Charles, right?
We got to get JT Hayes on the show.
We got to have the name pronunciation game. That'd be fun. Yeah. You versus Mangone round 1, I think would be epic. Let me keep this range pretty quick because we do got to run this build, and I did a horrendous job of adjusting these projections, so I don't think it's going to truly reflect what we went through on the show. But again, I want to see where things are at. So I have a ton of interest in JJ Spawn. I'm going to mix again. I'm going to get sprinkles of these guys. I think there's upside. It seems like almost every year there's someone that shines from this range. It just seems like almost every year. Nikolai Hogarth last year came out of nowhere, boom, absolutely smashed. Phil Mickelson the year before that, you talked about that. The year before that was, who was it? I know there was a guy. Oh, Harry Higgs and Min-Woo Lee. In 2022, it was Harry Higgs of all people and Min-Woo Lee Kevin Na was kind of up there as well. And then in 2021, Justin Rose and Mark Leishman. If you think of like cheap guys that just come out of nowhere and kind of shine. So like I do want some exposure to this range. I don't want to get crazy though. Like Michael Kim, I was showing was going to be somewhat popular. Is that true, Snyder? Like 13%? That's crazy if true.
Yeah, I think he's going to catch a little steam for sure with the recent form he's had in there. So yeah, he might be a guy that you got to kind of monitor as we get closer to tomorrow night and maybe make a hard decision there. Might be an easy decision.
Yeah, I would play Phil over him. I like Phil. I like JJ Spawn. He really impressed me here. He's been playing good golf, obviously. Lucas Glover, I think, is interesting. I saw someone in chat mention him.
Yeah, he's solid.
Harris English, I'm always going to have a little sprinkle of. Same with Denny McCarthy. The short game just keeps him in it. Do I love the course for kind of a smaller guy, smaller hitter? No. But his short game is just so elite that it can keep him in it. And we've seen guys that lack distance win here, like we have. So I'm definitely going to have a sprinkle of Denny. But I don't want to go too crazy with this range. I might leave Charles Schwartzel in the pool just out of respect because he's a guy with history here. He's playing golf on Live. Like, it would not surprise me if he was one of those guys that randomly showed up and was there on Sunday. So I'm with you on him. Snyder, go through some of your favorite bets. Give us who you think is going to win. I'm gonna run this. I don't know if it's going to be like that reflective of how we felt, but we'll see. We will find out. And I X'd out Rory and Scotty. So again, that was more my take than Snyder's this week on a way to get leverage by just fading the two highest owned guys that are also the most expensive in the field. That's something that I'm going to be doing. But Snyder, talk through your favorite bets and who do you have winning?
Yeah, I think I like Rahm this week. You can get him at 16-1 in some areas. So I think he's my favorite outright right there. It's Rahm. But when you're looking at like top 20s, I just had it pulled up. I got to pull it up. Top 20s, I'm definitely betting Patrick Reed there for sure. I'm trying to get the best odds for Patrick Reed here. You can get him at like plus 210, I think, in some areas. I think anything around that's fine. Plus 175 in some areas as well. Sergio, his odds are just, he's popping in the top 20 markets too. First round leader, generally looking at historically, the first round leader has been kind of midday. So I'll be looking at the tee times. They just got released today. So I'll be looking at someone around mid starting pack, like 11-1, I think. Let me pull that up quick. I had the
who do you got winning?
John Rahm.
Okay, John Rahm. I like it.
Yeah, last year.
Did you give your favorite long shot?
My favorite long shot would be, I'm gonna go with I don't think it's going to be super long this week, but probably like Cam Smith would be like one of the guys I would look at. I'm going to pull his.
I love how a build like this sets up.
Yeah.
You have plenty of win equity in Rahm, Cam Smith, AP Homer, Justin Thomas. Had to include him, obviously. But then you got these guys that have upside. Bill Z, Pendrith. We didn't even talk about him. He's a guy with upside. And Aaron Rai, potentially. I mean, not like sneaky, but he's a guy that I like. He's a debutant. Is that what they say? Probably not going to win, but we've seen these guys T15. Like, he has that type of upside. Definitely T20. So I love the overall construction of a build like this, and you get a lot of leverage with plays like Cam Smith. I think Rahm likely is less than 22% owned, right?
It's going to be close. I mean, I think all those guys are going to kind of get steamed up. I could see like Scotty, Rory, Morikawa, Rahm. I don't think Rahm's going to get quite the 20%, but he could be close. I mean, I think Morikawa, Rory, and Scotty are definitely all over 20%.
Yeah, and we're getting. I'm like, obviously these builds are reflective of fading some of those studs. I'm curious what a Ludwig build will look like. There you go. There's your board, Charles. I didn't even adjust the score. I don't know why it keeps shifting on me, but there you go. So I think these builds are more reflective to what I did than anything Snyder did. But hey, if you listen along on the show, you can adjust it yourself. But obviously, SaberSim, an awesome tool. So much that you can do after you create your pool of 5,000 lineups. Many different ways. I didn't even run the Sims on this. I think it's too early to do that. You want to wait as close as possible to lock, or at least once they run their final field sims. So the other thing that you can do is I think these Saber scores are really underrated. I use these for baseball and NBA all the time versus like sometimes if I don't think the sims have updated in time and I need to get my stuff in, I use these. So if you're out there and you're in kind of that same boat, you could fall back on that. And I think they work really, really, really well. So any other final thoughts there, Snyder?
No, I think we broke it down pretty good. Hoping one of us will be sitting there holding that $1 million check at the end. Tomorrow we got a big show too. Tomorrow premium show though. You must be a member. We got the three best, sharpest, three of the top 5 best players probably in the industry right now. You got JBC, Bryce, and Sully. Sully will be on the show tomorrow.
Snyder, I got to stop you real quick. So Snyder went down to Phoenix, to Scottsdale with these guys, and I'm texting JBC, and he's giving me live updates. I wake up one night for my phone just texts like 2 a.m, 3 a.m, whatever. How was it, Paul? Like, I'm glad you survived one, but how was it partying with Yuta and all of those guys? I mean, I was obviously jealous.
Yeah, it was wild. Thursday night started off with just Bryce shoving multiple shots of tequila our way. I don't know how many $70 margaritas we drank, but we got after it. And then Friday was the live final. Met all those guys. Went to a club with the DK guys and Yuta and all those guys. Yeah, it was awesome. And then Saturday we played golf there. Me and Bryce and Kenny. Played golf there, so it was awesome time. It was an incredible experience to meet all those guys there. But yeah, it was awesome.
Very good. I got JT winning by no surprise. I got to go with my boy. I love what I've seen. So I don't even know what his odds are yet. I'm still dialing on all my stuff. What?
Always next week.
Oh, you're completely off of JT. I don't think he's going to be that high owned. I think it's going to be right around 10 to 12%.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah.
Everyone always plays him as chalk, and I say never play him as chalk. Like, don't play him as chalk. Yeah. Play him when no one's on him, and no one's on him right now. So, all right, good stuff, Snyder. We're going to bring this show back definitely during the summer because my schedule is a lot better then. Right now, kids' activities every night, different sides of the town makes it very difficult, but for all the big events, for sure, we're going to bring it back, and especially when we get into the summer, which is about a month away. So we will have the Lineup Builder show back for a lot of the PGA season. You got my word on that. We have 2 shows tomorrow, like Snyder said. We got Big T and I believe JSU, Uncle T early, and then we have the premium show with JBC and crew as well. So again, if you like this, hit the like button. We appreciate all of you. Subscribe. RPS 15% off. Best of luck this week. We'll see you at the top.